Hey guys, welcome back. Now today we're gonna be having a match against a person from the Smoke and Wi-Fi Finder. I actually had 3 matches that day, but the 2 of them that got disconnected on the most frustrating time. If you are recording, you probably had this, scenes before when you actually have a great match and you come down to the battle recorder, you try to save it, and a person disconnects on you just like that. I mean, that is just a frustrating way of pissing somebody off. Is because you have a great match, and I guess he didn't realize that I was recording it. But whatever the case, let's get right into it. He's gonna lead with Hihi I'm gonna lead with Flygun. He's probably expecting me to be Scarf, so he's gonna switch out to Bronze and predict the Earthquake, which I shall predict, and I'm gonna go for the U-turn Scouting, switching out to Chandler, getting the team switch initiative, and this turn I'm just gonna play it safe just in case he stays in, not switching out to Blastoise, predict me to Shadow Ball, or Blastoise in total general. I could have Trick on the switch, but then again I kind of want to still save my my Scarf on my Chandler just in case something on his team brings me problems. But currently as it stands, I had this few moves in my hands. It's like playing a good old chess game. You gotta be like 3 turns ahead of your opponent, and this was one of those times because I was pretty sure eventually Bronzong versus Blastoise is gonna happen, and it happened. As he did Rapid Spin, I believe. As I put up the rocks, as he roars. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for the Toxic this turn because Poison Blastoise is eventually gonna need to go for the Rest, and Rest is gonna pretty much seal the deal from him Rapid Spinning all that safely. Knowing my team, I can still sort of handle it, and synergy with my team is sort of similar to his. He's got 4 offensive Pokemon such as me, and the thing is he's got 2 cores, and both of us have Bronzong, so that should be getting a bit more interesting. So let's get right into it. I'm gonna go for the close combat, get some damage in there. Just why not? I guess Toxic is gonna wear me down, but again, I do have a Cleric in form of Shaman. I feel like Shaman should run Aromatherapy even if he is offensive. Yeah, one move set is kind of crippled. It kind of kills the coverage, but in the end, if I can get rid of all the status, that's a coverage I don't need, and I'll rather prefer getting rid of all the status that this game in Underuse provides, towards me. So I'm right now putting up the rocks again. His Blastoise is heavily crippled. He's gonna put up the rocks as well. Switching out the Bronzong, there is really not much we can do. It's either him switching out or me switching out. One of us will have to switch out. So this turn I predict him to maybe switch out to Blastoise, maybe switch out to Hihidroma, getting some Stealth Rock damage, but the guy actually predicts me to switch out. I mean, it's kinda weird because the thing is, he can easily, we can both stay in and not do anything to each other because Toxic would have not affect me, so he was just playing greedy when you think about it. He was just waiting for me to switch out. He would have probably stayed in forever, and I don't know, he would probably not stay in forever, but I switch out to Shaman now, as he switches out as well. Trying to get Aromatherapy, I was like, okay, Hitmontop is poisoned, Azumarill is poisoned, Bronzong is probably the best thing I can Aromatherapy on, but on the same turn he's gonna switch out to Raikou and making us sub as I decide to go for Aromatherapy. Now I'm not too scared of Raikou, just because I have a special defensive Bronzong, not to mention I have Earthquake, just to handle this Raikou. That's kind of weird, but I could have run Gyro Ball, but at the end of the day I've come to realize that Raikou is a bit of a threat to my team, and a sub-Calm Minding Raikou is a threat to lots of teams out there. It's still a forgotten Pokemon. People tend to run it with specs nowadays, but it's nothing to mess around with. If you're not prepared for this guy, he's gonna ruin your day completely. It's all that simple. He's gonna go for the T-Bolt with +1. I am especially defensive in the end. I should still take 2 without a crit involved. At least I'm gonna break his stuff and make his stuff a little bit more easier to handle. Right now, I do go for Earthquake, break his up. Raikou isn't known for his good defense. He's mostly known for having a pretty good special defense, so no question about it. The next Earthquake should do a lot, but this turn he's gonna switch out to his Skunchcrow, expect me to Earthquake. Yeah, I guess the prediction could have been there, me going for the Toxic, but at the end of the day I couldn't have risked it, just because I was in a position where I could have gone for a Toxic, he would have gone for a sub, and then he could have Calm Mind and T-Ball break me afterwards, and stuff wouldn't be looking all that great. But for now I'm gonna switch out to Hitmontop. He did pursue it, putting me to switch out. That was excellent. His part, he does have Life Orb, and now I'm just gonna stay here. I don't want to switch out. I'm thinking, well, Hitmontop pretty much did his job. I don't see much use from him. I guess I could somehow use him against the others. The Brave Bird, Recall, as well as a Life Orb, is gonna take him down to a point where Stealth Rocks are gonna probably take him out. So I'm gonna switch out to Shaman now to totally wall him from switching out to Blastoise and trying to get the useful Rapid Spin off. Plus I do have a Chandler to block that if I do predict it correctly. But for now I'm gonna go for Air Slash, not really risking much. Sea Flare can miss, Air Slash has a better chance of hitting, and I do take him out. So Raikou comes in again. He's just gonna play net offensive. He doesn't want to go for the sub, realizing that when you play with a sub trying to get people to miss, majority of times that will not happen. And yeah, he still did a good chunk of damage there. It's not a problematic scene for me, so I can probably handle him as long as I still take another one. But the guy is gonna switch out to Blastoise this turn, I guess, having it as Death Fire. I mean, Stealth Rock combination with Poison. This Blastoise is not gonna take anything from me. Even Bronzong's Earthquake on the switch to Blastoise would have probably been doing enough to where another would have taken him out. Then again, why are we talking about Bronzong against Blastoise? You know, it's a long in the past. Blastoise is down now. Yeah, it probably would have not even taken him out because Blastoise sort of outspeed Bronzong, so stuff would have come down to worse. Switch out to Bronzong now just to be a Death Fodder. Bronzong did his job, and Hypnotop did his job against the good old Honchkrow, being that Honchkrow is probably the biggest threat to my team at that particular moment of time. Actually, the whole time when I think about it. But still, Flygon coming in, I was trying to scout what kind of move he's gonna do. I'm gonna go for a Fire Punch this turn, over predicting him to switch out to Bronzong. This turn he does make a good move, stays in, I guess realizing I'm gonna over predict, or maybe, you know, just in case, if stuff comes down to worse, Bandit Fire Punch should still do a considerable amount, and that's exactly how much it did. I mean, more than half damage. That is very, very impressive. I'm liking that damage, and I'm just gonna switch out to Chandler afterwards, being that he is of course gonna be slower than me because that was a Bandit Flygon and outspeed his Nidoking. He's probably Life Orb. He's gonna switch out to Raikou, as you know, to have it as a good Death Fodder. Switching out to his Hihidoruma this whole time. I'm still coming down to the Japanese name Hihidoruma. I just like pronounce it like that. Darmanitan Hihidoruma is surprisingly gonna be slower than me. Now normally I was thinking his Scarf, checking out his team, or at least this guy's Scarf. Some people run it with Scarf, some people run it with a Life Orb, but neither of those two are Scarf, so kind of a bit confusing. I mean, checking out his team, I'm probably thinking that one of them needs to be Scarf just to work a little bit better, but hey, neither of those two were Scarf. I'm just gonna proceed to Flamethrower away and make an ending sweep with Chandler, and sometimes Flamethrower is just enough, and that's the reason I have Flamethrower and Fire Blast on this moveset, just because, you know, Flamethrower in this case was more than plenty. I was actually surprised that it actually just took out the Hihiruma, because Hihiruma does have some respectable HP. Now guys, about the new YouTube layout, yesterday I was working on it, trying to get some tricks going, trying to learn how it works. I must admit that I'm not hating it. I'm actually a little bit liking it, just a little bit. There are a couple of things that I still feel that they should get changed. For example, playlist being way too big. If you want to make a single playlist now, it's gonna take forever to scroll down, and some playlists just aren't displayed. In the previous layout we had, the playlists were simple, small, and very easy to look at, and people could have easily see what you were actually doing in the past years on your channel. Now there are of course a couple of good stuff on this new layout that I do need to kind of point out, because I personally like them. Of course, recent activity being one of them. Liking somebody's video is now going to be displayed on the same side as your uploads, your recent activity, so you don't need to go on the recent activity page like you used to. Now it's pretty much all on one page activity. In the end, it's got pretty much all of it. Some people actually say, well, YouTube kind of killed the design, you know, kind of sharing the talent. If some people are talented with Photoshop, they could easily make a background now, but it's not important to have all the freedom to be all that creative with background. It's just there as a future it was, but it was never important to begin with. YouTube is about videos, it's not about fancy backgrounds. Yeah, what's your opinion about the new YouTube layouts? You know, leave it in the comment section. I want to hear your story. And that's probably gonna be it for today. Yes, I pretty much don't have any more matches to upload today. I'm probably gonna be working on getting some more matches tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. But before I go, I want to thank everybody that's been watching my current Let's Play. You guys make my Let's Play so much more than it originally was. Like, I had my doubts when I start Let's Play, but now I see people actually enjoying it, and it kind of motivates me in continuing my series, which I absolutely love in doing. So I'm really looking forward to continuing my LP, which is probably going to be tomorrow as well. So yeah, that's it. Till next time, guys. Have a good day. Peace.